The Unrivaled Basketball League will be starting their second year, January 5th, 2026. And you want to get in on it. You want to know how you can follow. You want to be up to speed. You want to be in the loop. I get it. It's a great brand of basketball. That's why I'm going to tell you about the gameplay and the rules and regulations and all the good stuff about it. Hey, I'm Courtside Kenny. And before I get into that, take a listen to this message from our sponsors. Oh, that's right, I'm the sponsor. I have this clothing line called People Be Gay. Check it out, go to the website, buy a shirt, okay? That's all I got for you. Thank you for listening to that message from our sponsor, me. Okay, now first things first, this is a new league. This is their second year. Last year they told us they were going to start around January 5th, and they did not. They started in the middle of January. So we have to have an open mind if they need a little extra time, yada, yada, yada. We know there's a lot going on. It's currently 2025 with the WNBA, CBA, whatever. But it is a great brand of basketball if you can just stick with me here. Now, speaking of the WNBA, Unrivaled was started by two WNBA stars, Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart. And they wanted to start this 3-on-3 league to give players an option to do something stateside, get paid a lot of money versus going overseas. That was getting it was getting dicey. And a lot of people were taking issue with having to leave their family for so long and having to be overseas. So Stewie and Fee said, well, we can do something about that. And they did. They created Unrivaled. They've raised a lot of money. They've gotten a lot of deals, yada, yada, yada. One thing that's really, really good about Unrivaled and what they are doing on the back end is how they are treating their players. They've got great facilities, but one of the things that stands out in these facilities is they have babysitting, which everybody loves. They have people on staff. They have locker rooms. Now, do I think they're the best in the world? No, but I think that they are better than some of what these women have to deal with in the WNBA, and that is one of the pools. And then, of course, one thing that they really believe that they are doing is they are showcasing star talent. Now, this year we have already heard that a lot of talent will not be coming back. Angel Reese, Sabrina Ionescu, Jewel Lloyd. I still think there's a lot of talent for the 2026 season. Paige Beckers is the reigning Rookie of the Year from the WNBA. Alyssa Thomas, top 3 in MVP vote getting. Kelsey Mitchell, top 5. Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray just came off championship seasons. There's still just a lot to watch when it comes to the talent that will be available to you in Miami. Angel Reese was box office though. I will miss her. First triple-double in Unrivaled history. So let's get to why this is such a fun brand of basketball. What's different? What makes it cool? What makes it great? What makes it fun? Etc., etc. Unrivaled is 3x3. You may have heard of this from the Olympics, but this is different because Unrivaled is a full court. And what that means is there are 2 half courts. Whereas in the Olympic version, there's only 1 half court. You got to take it out on the side. It is still really fast paced. But what's interesting about Unrivaled is there's a full court, there's a back court, and there's a front court. And you have to pass that half court line to get to your basket. That means there's a ton of space to work with. For reference, Unrivaled has a custom court that is 49 feet by 72 feet. The Olympic court is half of that. A WNBA court is about 50 feet by 94 feet. So it's smack dab in the middle. These are all rounded numbers. I need you to get the scale here. And so like in most basketball, you have to score a basket. Now you have to pass half court to get to that basket. And there's only 3 people trying to stop you instead of the normal 5 people trying to stop you. But there's only 2 other people to pass to instead of the 4 other people to pass to. It's really interesting. Also, to help with the pace, there's an 18-second shot clock instead of the 24-second shot clock you may be used to in other professional basketball leagues. And each quarter is 7 minutes. So there's not a lot of time to get points. However, there's a lot of space for you to go and get those points. So they play their first quarter, that's 7 minutes. Your second quarter is 7 minutes. And then there's a 10-minute halftime. Then they're going to come back for their third quarter, which is another 7 minutes. And then the fourth quarter is where things usually get good. Here's why. Unrivaled uses something in the fourth quarter that they call the winning score. They take your score from the third quarter and add 11 points to it. That is a score you must get to win. Now, if it's a close game, that's a close and interesting game that makes for game-winning shots. Even if it isn't close, you still have to have a game-winning shot to win because you have to get to the winning score. So at the end of the third quarter, if you have 60 points, to win the game, you have to score 71 points. But if your opponent has 59 points, to win the game, your opponent has to score 70 points. So you have to get to 71 before they get to 70, and that's what makes it so fun. The scoring is something that you should be used to. A basket inside the arc is 2 points, and a basket outside is worth 3 points. However, one place they made a huge difference is at the foul line. If you get fouled, it's one shot to make all the points. If you get fouled on a layup, you are normally going to take 2 shots in other professional basketball leagues. But in Unrivaled, you only make 1 shot to make 2 points. If you get fouled on a 3-point shot, then it's still 1 shot to make 3 points. This is also a place where I think the game gets really fun because free throws mean a ton. Now, if it's an and one, it's just the regular scenario. You get credited for the basket that you make, and the free throw is an additional point. Now remember, we said this is a new league and things might change. They might change things here because one thing that came up last year was the ability to win on a free throw shot. Remember, we just talked about the winning score. Sometimes people would foul as a strategy, and you would have to make the free throw to win the game, which is just not that exciting. And so it might be something they take a look at. It may not be something they take a look at. But overall, what you need to know is with free throws, it's 1 shot to make all the points. Something else to note, because of all of this, we are essentially eliminating the possibility of overtime. All games have to be finished in like an hour based on the broadcast, and we're going to talk about how you can watch it next. But these games have to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now last year there was 6 teams. One thing that did change this year, as it is a new league, come on now, we're talking about it. What they did this year is they expanded, and now they have 8 teams. So they have 8 teams of 6 players, and they will have a developmental pool of additional players that they can draw from if a regular on a team ends up injured. We saw that a lot last year, and they just had to bring people in randomly. This time they're going to have a pool of players. Now the team you need to know is the team that won last year, and that was the Rose Basketball Club. And the favorite that year was the Lunar Owls. So definitely make sure you're watching those 2 teams this upcoming season. And for the other girls, we're just gonna have to see. Okay, so now you wanna watch the game. How do you watch the game? Boom, I got you. Last year, each team played 3 days a week. This year, they are going to be playing 4 days a week. Each day, there's going to be 2 games. And this year, they are eliminating back-to-backs for teams, thanks to the expansion. Last year, these games were played on Friday, Saturdays, and Mondays. These games will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday now. And if you want to watch these games, the best way to watch them is on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max has them. I haven't tried it on HBO Max, but a lot of people say that's great, especially if you want to rewatch. It's available there. And if you sneak around on YouTube, you might find some things too. But hey, I didn't say any of that. The first game of the night was usually around 7 p.m. and the last game of the night was usually about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's really it. They have a regular season where you establish seeding. The 1v1 has nothing to do with that. It's just in the middle of that. And then you end with the playoffs. Each playoff is single elimination. So things do happen. And that's kind of how the Rose Basketball Club won. But hey, happens. That's why it's so fun and exciting to watch. So if you want to be down, if you want to watch Unrivaled, I think you should. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention that I think is really cool about Unrivaled is they always said they wanted to do a little traveling shtick. And this year they are starting it, 2026. They're going to be in Philadelphia for one night. And y'all know who's in Philadelphia. Y'all know I'm in Philly. So I'll be there. They are having Philly as Unrivaled at the end of January, which is going to be 2 games at Xfinity Arena in Philadelphia. If you don't know, Xfinity Arena is formerly Wells Fargo Arena, which is where the Sixers play. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm not sure if they're bringing the custom court or they're playing some sort of special game on this court, but we are going to see. And hopefully this is something that they continue to do in different cities. So if you are in Philadelphia, please show up and show out to show them this is a great idea to travel with women's basketball. So yeah, I hope you're with me watching the Unrivaled Basketball League this upcoming season. If you have any questions, drop any comments. I'll try to do my best. And stay tuned for a video on the teams and players I'm really looking forward to. I'm Courtside Kenny. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.